the voice that touched the world, the story of Rosé of BLACKPINK. In a world overflowing with noise, where thousands chase the spotlight and only a few are remembered, there emerges one voice, fragile yet fierce, soft yet unbreakable, that silences the chaos and speaks directly to the heart. That voice belongs to Rosé. Before she became a global icon, before the lights, the glamour, and the endless roar of the crowd, she was just a girl with a guitar, sitting in a small bedroom in Melbourne, dreaming of melodies that might one day reach beyond the four walls of her home. Her journey wasn't built on perfection. It was built on persistence, on quiet nights of self-doubt and unshakable hope, on every tear that turned into a song and every song that became someone's healing. Rosé's story is not just one of fame, it is one of transformation. From a shy New Zealand-born girl to a trainee in Seoul who barely spoke the language, she carved her place in an industry known for its intensity and precision, not by trying to be louder, but by daring to be honest. Her voice didn't need to shout, it simply needed to feel. Every note she sings carries her truth. A bittersweet blend of vulnerability and power that lingers long after the music fades. In a culture where perfection is often demanded, Rosé stood out not for being flawless, but for being real. But her path to stardom was far from easy. Imagine leaving behind everything familiar, your home, your friends, your comfort, and stepping into a world where every mistake could cost you your dream. Rosé faced years of training, endless rehearsals, and moments of loneliness where silence was her only companion. Yet even then, she refused to give up. In those moments, she found solace in her guitar strings, in melodies that only she could hear. And one day, those private songs would turn into global anthems that touched millions. Her rise through BLACKPINK wasn't the result of talent. It was the manifestation of grace under pressure. While the world celebrated the group's dazzling choreography and high-fashion aesthetics, those who truly listened knew that Rosé's voice was the emotional core, the bridge between power and tenderness, between art and soul. When she sings, time slows down, the noise quiets, and suddenly the listener feels understood, even if only for a few seconds. That is the magic that makes Rosé different. Through her, BLACKPINK became more than just a pop sensation. They became a phenomenon that united cultures, languages, and generations. Yet even among the brightest stars, Rosé shone in her own way. Soft light, gentle warmth, unwavering authenticity. Her presence reminded fans that beauty can exist in imperfection, and that strength often hides in the most delicate forms. And when she stepped onto the Coachella stage, the world didn't just see a performer. They saw a dream realized. A girl who carried her heart across oceans and transformed it into music that transcends borders. As this story unfolds, we will journey deep into the making of Rosé. The hardships, the breakthroughs, the silent sacrifices, and the triumphant moments that defined her path. We'll uncover how a young girl's faith in her own voice reshaped not just her destiny, but also the very definition of what a modern artist can be. This is more than a biography. It's an emotional odyssey through sound, self-discovery, and resilience. Because Rosé isn't just a singer, she's a storyteller. Every lyric, every chord, every tear she's ever shed has built the legend we know today. So sit back, take a deep breath, and prepare to step into the heart of a woman who turned vulnerability into power, pain into poetry, and dreams into an everlasting melody. This is the story of Rosé of BLACKPINK, the voice that reminds the world to feel again. Rosé, the voice of a generation. In the world of K-pop, where perfection is sculpted, practiced, and performed with precision, few artists radiate authenticity like Rosé. Born Park Chae-young on February 11, 1997, in Auckland, New Zealand, and raised in Melbourne, Australia, her story begins not in a training room, but in a quiet suburban home, where her family's warmth nurtured a child who would one day inspire millions. Rosé's musical journey began in church choirs, where her angelic tone caught attention even at a young age. Her father, recognizing her rare gift, encouraged her to audition for YG Entertainment when she was only 16. What started as a simple suggestion turned into a life-changing moment. Out of 700 contestants, Rosé was chosen, not for her dance, not for her visuals, but for her voice, a voice that even YG's founder, Yang Hyun-suk, said was born to sing. It was a risk, moving from Melbourne to Seoul, leaving her family, language, and comfort behind, but her courage became the foundation of her legend. Rosé's training period was far from glamorous. She often spent 14 to 16 hours a day perfecting her vocals and dance routines, balancing exhaustion with a relentless desire to improve. In interviews, she revealed the loneliness of those early years, how she'd fall asleep in the practice room, too tired to return to the dorm. Yet it was that same solitude that forged her resilience. Her soulful tone, uniquely husky and emotional, became her identity in an industry obsessed with uniformity. When she finally debuted with BLACKPINK in 2016, performing Whistle and Boombaya, her voice pierced through the layers of sound, warm yet melancholic, sweet yet powerful. It wasn't just technique, it was emotion. Listeners felt something real. Behind the spotlight, Rosé is deeply introspective. She writes poetry, plays the guitar and piano, and often composes songs late at night. In interviews, she's described music as her language of emotion, the only way she can express what words fail to capture. Her first solo project, R, released in March 2021, showcased this vulnerability. With songs like On the Ground and Gone, she stripped away the glamour of K-pop to reveal something raw and human. A reminder that even at the top, she was still searching for meaning. On the Ground wasn't about fame, but about returning to one's roots, a theme that mirrored her own life. A girl who left home to chase dreams, only to realize the real treasure was within her all along. The track topped Billboard's Global 200, making her the first Korean solo artist to achieve that feat, and cementing her as not just an idol, but an artist in her own right. Rosé's artistry goes beyond music. She has become one of fashion's most powerful muses, known for her elegance and authenticity. As a global ambassador for Yves Saint Laurent and Tiffany & Co., she brings modern femininity to life, both soft and fierce, mysterious yet approachable. In 2021, she made history as the first K-pop idol to attend the Met Gala, invited personally by YSL's creative director, Anthony Vaccarello. On that red carpet, she wasn't just representing BLACKPINK, she was representing Korea, global youth, and the beauty of staying true to oneself. Fashion magazines from Vogue to Elle praised her ability to command attention with simplicity, proving that her aura didn't need extravagance, it radiated from within. Her personality, however, remains humble and grounded. Fans describe her as warm-hearted and empathetic, someone who remembers faces, comforts others, and often tears up during concerts when expressing gratitude. During BLACKPINK's Born Pink World Tour, she once paused mid-performance to thank Blinks, saying, "You've been with us from the start, and I promise I'll keep singing for you." That sincerity has earned her one of the most loyal fan bases in K-pop, with millions finding solace in her voice and kindness. She isn't just an idol, she's a symbol of emotional connection in a digital world. Rosé's perfection lies not in being flawless, but in being human. She admits her insecurities openly, her fear of letting people down, her constant pursuit of improvement. Yet these traits make her one of the most relatable superstars in the world. She has mentioned struggling with homesickness, missing Australia's beaches and her family, but those feelings fuel her creativity. Her artistry thrives on emotion, joy, nostalgia, heartbreak, and that emotional honesty is what gives her songs lasting power. When she performs Gone live, her trembling voice isn't weakness, it's truth. It's why people cry when she sings. Throughout her career, Rosé has also been a powerful role model for women and aspiring artists. Her story encourages young dreamers to embrace their uniqueness. She reminds the world that artistry isn't about perfection, it's about sincerity. Whether she's strumming her guitar in a dimly lit studio or commanding a stadium of 50,000 fans, her message remains the same. Stay authentic, stay passionate, and never lose your light. Even critics who once doubted her have acknowledged her growth, from a shy trainee to a confident global artist who can headline Coachella and top international charts with the same poise. Offstage, Rosé enjoys simplicity. She loves cooking, photography, and spending time with her dog, Hank, who often appears in her social media posts. These glimpses of her daily life, her laughter, her quiet moments, make fans feel closer to her. She balances her fame with normalcy, something incredibly rare in the world of superstardom. Her smile isn't rehearsed, it's genuine, Her laugh isn't polished, it's pure. That's what makes her so loved. She feels real. As Blackpink continues to dominate the global stage, Rosé's individuality shines ever brighter. She has proven that in a world full of noise, a single voice, honest, soulful, and brave, can move millions. Her story is not just about fame. It's about resilience, self-discovery, and love for the art itself. From singing in small church halls in Melbourne to performing on the world's biggest stages, Rosé has carried her sincerity like a torch, lighting up the path for others who dare to dream. Her future holds even more promise, with rumors of a second solo album, potential English collaborations, and perhaps even an acting debut. But no matter where she goes, her legacy is already written in the hearts of millions. Rosé isn't just a singer. She's a storyteller, a dreamer, and a reminder that the most beautiful melodies come from the most genuine souls. And as the lights fade, the cheers echo, and the final chord rings out into the night, one thing remains certain. Rosé's voice will never fade. It will continue to resonate across generations, across languages, across hearts, as the eternal echo of a girl who dared to dream beyond the horizon and sang her truth to the world.